Hey, welcome back to the channel. This episode will be talking about the collapse of the Sacramento Kings in the second half of the season going into the game tomorrow in the play-in game against the Golden State Warriors. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe down below. Be greatly appreciated. So tomorrow, the Sacramento Kings play the Golden State Warriors in the 9-10 play-in game, and the winner plays the Lakers Pelicans loser. So, I see this game going one of two ways tomorrow. And honestly, neither one good for the Kings. Because this is how the season has been going for the Kings the second half of the season. Ever since the All-Star break, they'll get they'll get a 20-point lead in the first half, going into the third quarter, and then they lose it. And they end up losing by 10 points. And you're like, we're up by 20. Like, what happened? Like, why? How do we lose? How we ended up losing by 10? We're up by 20 at one point. So there's that. Or B, they'll get down by 20 points in the fourth quarter. They'll make a comeback and get down within 4 to 5 points, and then they'll lose because they just run out of steam and they can't get over that hump because they used all their energy to come back down from 20. To cut it to 4 or 5 and then run out of gas. That's how I see the game going tomorrow, one or two ways, and both of them are going to be a loss. This team just is not that good. They get three happy, and I hate when they're making their threes early. It's like, this is not going to end well. Like, they'll make them early and like, okay, yeah, we're making our threes. And then the second half, dud. And yet, guess what? They keep shooting them. It's like if you're not making your threes, drive to the hole, get some layups, do something, see the ball go through the hoop. Stop chucking up threes. They're not going in. Stop chucking. Start driving. But no, this team just continues to chuck up threes. This whole second half, they would have like real good games. They would win, dominate two games, and you're like, okay, they got this figured out. They're about to go on a run. That third game, they would start off good. Sometimes they just get blown out of the gym to start that third game. Or some games they would look good, be in it, and then all of a sudden in the third quarter, they would go downhill and end up losing by like 20. That was the story of the second half. They would always have two good games, and the third game was gone. It was just terrible. They would get ran out of the gym, and they would continue to the fourth game. And then a couple games later, they would go on a two-game win streak again, and you would think, okay, they got it figured out now. And then they would shit the bed again. It was just constantly like that. Like, oh, yeah, they got this. And then, never mind, they don't. They don't got this. And I kind of put that on the coaching staff to not getting your players ready. Like, come on. For how good Coach Brown was last year, he's almost been just that bad this year. And the front office everyone knew going on this trade deadline, you have to do something. Every team around you is doing something and getting better. What did you do? They did nothing. They stuck with this team. I think last year, the playoffs was the high point of this team. That was their ceiling, was last year. They've took a couple steps back while everyone else around them in the West has got better. Everyone in the West has got better, except for the Kings. They have basically the same exact roster. You need to do better. They need to do something this offseason. This past offseason, I was okay with having Harrison Barnes again, but after this year, no. They need an upgrade. One in every 7 games, he'll go off for 20 points. And then after that, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. It's like, what is he like? He's not playing offense. He's not playing defense. He's a traffic cone on defense. People just going right by him, getting baskets. It's like, this is getting annoying. Like, they need to find an upgrade for Harrison Barnes this offseason. He's been a great King, yeah, great. But when you need him, he's not there. They need someone to help Keegan Murray on defense, a bigger, athletic forward. Because forwards just have been going off on the Kings. Every game, some no-name forward is just going for 25, going for 30. It's like, who is this guy? How did he score 30 points? I've never heard of him before. Because they just have no one to guard him. Keegan Murray has to guard the best defense or offensive guy. So then that leaves, if they have another guy that's somewhat athletic, he just destroys them. Every single night, you can look at the roster and be like, oh, yeah, this guy, he's going to go off. Watch it. And it's just annoying. And even if the Kings do win tomorrow night, they got to play, or not tomorrow, tonight. Then they got to play the loser of the Pelicans Lakers. So hopefully the Pelicans win, because Kings don't want to see the Pelicans. They're 0-5 this year against the Pelicans, and they've lost by like 20 points every game, an average of 20. There's no way you want to play that team. Rather play the Lakers, who you're 4-0 against this year, but the problem is, do you really want to play LeBron in a win-or-go-home game? It's not looking good. And they could have avoided all this playing mess if they would have just held on to like 3 other 20-point leads that they lost. They had to have led the league in blown 20-point leads and ending up losing that game. I swear, like they had one just this past week against the Suns. Pretty sure it was like a 20-point lead, and then the Suns come back and beat them. It was annoying. I honestly stopped watching it at the end of the year because I already knew, okay, they're going to get up by 20 and then they're going to lose it. Happened to every single time. They let their foot off the gas, and the team comes right back, and then they try to put their foot back on the gas, and it's too late. The team has all the momentum, and they end up winning. A lot of times they would end up winning by 10. It's like, what is going on? They need upgrades this offseason. They cannot, absolutely not, stick with the same team for a third year. They have to get better. Have to. If you don't, you're looking at missing the playoffs again next year. The Rockets are only getting better. They almost came into the playoffs this year with a pretty young team. They're going to be better next year. I don't know. I haven't really looked to see who's a free agent and who's not. But the Kings, they do have to keep Monk. If they don't have Monk, they're like that kills the bench right there. I don't know if you need to if next year if you need to start. If that keeps him starting, okay. Move Keon to the bench. Have Keon come off the bench. But they need to figure something out because this team not good enough for next year. No way. I don't know if maybe you start Lyles at the 4. I don't know. But they need to figure something out. Like I said, I don't see them getting past the Warriors. The Warriors have been on fire lately. But let's be honest, neither the Warriors or the Kings, if they make the playoffs or doing anything in the playoffs, the whoever gets 8 seed is, I think, lucky, though. They'll end up playing the Thunder instead of the Nuggets. So the 7 seed, you're kind of screwed playing the Nuggets in the first round. But so yeah, you're playing the Thunder, but they're not neither team, whoever finishes 8 or 7, they're not making any noise in the playoffs. They're gonna be one and done. Let me know what you think down below. Do you have faith in the Kings tonight? I don't. Big Kings fan, but I just don't see it. Maybe a big lead and then they'll blow it again. Who knows? But this team's just so frustrating. Let me know what you think down below. Who should they look at this offseason? Who should they look to sign? Let me know. See you on the other side.